What's good? My name's Tim and welcome to Scrap Chef. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a savory creamy shrimp and grits. It's delicious. Down in the description I'm going to tell all the ingredients that we use for this recipe here today. So everything is about preparation, and I got these large shrimp here, and we're gonna take the shells off and devein these shrimp. If you don't have this, this is a great tool. This is a shrimp cleaner and a deveiner. Gonna discard the shells, and when I'm done with this, I'm gonna wash these shrimps until the water become all the way clear, almost drinking clear water. Now that these shrimps are deveined and deshelled, we gotta clean these up. And I'm pretty anal when it comes to cleaning these shrimp. You probably just gotta make sure the water is cold though. You don't wanna do lukewarm water because these shrimp, they cook very easily. The hot or warm water make the shrimp cook, and you don't want that at all. So you just keep doing this until the water's all the way clear. Make sure you don't got no more of that vein, or as you know, that's the poop canal. Just get rid of all that. So next up, now these shrimp are all clean. We gotta season these to perfection. So there's only a couple things I use. I try to keep it simple as possible. I got some onion powder. Throw a little bit of that in there. A little bit of garlic powder. And then this is one of the key things that I use quite a bit. This is pink Himalayan sea salt. I use some cracked pepper. Then I drizzle a little bit of olive oil on that and get at a good mix. All right, I'm gonna put that in the refrigerator while I get to cooking the grits, and just let that sit for until the grits are close to being done. Now it's time to make these good old creamy grits, and one of the key to make these grits creamy is this heavy cream. I mix this with water, and I don't use measuring cups around here in my kitchen too much, but I can give you a fraction. I normally do 3 parts to 1 heavy cream to water, and I'm gonna do that and bring it to a slow boil. As you want to see in here, I just mix that heavy cream in. Got a good amount. I probably put a little bit more water. Then we want to bring that on medium to high heat and let that boil. And when that's done boiling, or start boiling, we're gonna add grits in there very slowly. So next, while we waiting for this to come to a boil, we're gonna make the bacon. So I got this cast iron pot. I don't know, y'all comment down below if y'all want to see how you season these and get these right. You don't got to wash them with soap ever, and it keeps all the flavor. So I'm going to put this on high to medium heat. Let this cook up. Then I got the bacon. Now we got pretty thick cuts of bacon. I like that cut. It has no skin on it. I just left it on 9th Street. 9th Street is like the Italian market in Philadelphia. And we just let this cook. And I like to cook it pretty crispy because it brings an extra flavor or texture to this creamy shrimp and grits. Flip the bacon, I said earlier, make it a little bit crispy. Like if I was just making this bacon, I wanted to eat it. I'm not as much a crispy, but this is more like bacon bits on top of this dish. All right, now this bacon and the heavy cream and water begin to boil. So I just want to do a couple things to that. This is that Kerrygold Irish butter. This is good stuff right here. I just want to throw a little bit of that inside of this boiling pot. Here we go. And I also want to throw a little bit of garlic powder. Just a tad bit, because too much will go too far on this. All right, I think that's enough. That's just a pinch. And now I'm just going to add slowly these grits. Now you want to add it slowly because if you go too much, it'll be too clunky or too thick. So I put a little bit in there. And then you want to keep mixing these grits because if you don't want it to get chunks or just get too thick for you or stick to the bottom, even worse, burn the bottom of the pot. So just keep occasionally stirring these grits around. Now I want to get a couple napkins because this bacon is nice and crispy now. So I want to take these off of this cast iron. It's a lot of grease, so I just like to drain that down and throw that on a paper towel, a plate with a paper towel so it can drain some of that oil off. Once that's oil done draining, I'm gonna put that on a cutting board and I'm gonna cut them in half, and then I'm gonna make bacon bits into that bacon. And I'm just stirring occasionally with these grits now. All right, now the bacon's done and the grits are on. It's time to cook these shrimp. I'm gonna pull those out. I got that same cast iron pot on high, and I throw them on there. But a big mistake with cooking shrimp is overcooking them. So the main thing with these shrimps, you just want to cook maybe a minute on each side. See when they're nice and turn pink, and when they pink, they done. You can take them off. Now I got these shrimps, and this cast iron pot is on medium high, and I'm gonna start dropping these in there and get them to cooking. Like I said earlier, it's very important. Don't have them on there for too long. Get a couple, maybe a minute on each side, and flip them and take them off. The smell of these, I wish you guys could smell it. It smells so good in this kitchen right now. All right, while them shrimps are cooking, I just want to stir up these grits. Like I said earlier, you don't want them sticking to that bottom. You'll mess up the whole recipe. But these shrimps been on for about a minute on the first side, so I kind of want to flip them. All right, I'm still stirring these grits, and these shrimps are about done. So right now I'm gonna take them off, throw them on a plate, soak up some of that oil. And after I'm done this, I'm gonna cut up that bacon and make that into bacon bits. Bacon all nice and crispy. I want to chop this up into bacon bits. It's good to have a good sharp knife in your arsenal inside of the kitchen. You hear how crunchy it is. It's a good sign you did right as far as crunchy. That texture is going to be good, and it's going to add a lot of flavor and salt to this dish. And these grits about done. You see they nice and creamy, they boiling. I want to put a little salt. You don't want to put too much salt. Like I salt to taste. I don't really have any measurements, but you put a little bit because you can add more, but you can't take none out. So my main thing with cooking, you have to taste the food. These grits are very hot, so be careful, but I'm going to give it a little try. They're so good, but I do want to add a pinch more salt into this for my liking. But I don't want to go too crazy, because if you go too crazy, that bacon adds a little bit of salt too to this dish. So I think that there will be enough. I'll give it another taste after I stir it up. So now them grits are done. I'm going to wash these scallions, because this is going to garnish this beautiful dish here. And it gives it a little bit texture as well. So just drain these off, and I'm going to chop these up in a minute. Alright, now all this food is finished. Now you got to reap your rewards. First, I'm going to throw some grits in there in my bowl. I'm going to come over here, add some of these shrimp. Garnish with a little bit of these bacon bits. And then kick it off. Throw some of these beautiful scallions in there. And like that, I didn't lie to you guys, here's the masterpiece.
If it ain't finger licking, it's not hand.
If it ain't busted, it's disgusting.
Espera, un poco, maybe, un momento.